Cheers.
Cheers.
Why is this so close? Like, did you see
So
it?
this slow zoom in is hilarious to me.
Like, I really need to figure this out. By next episode, this will not be a thing. But anyway, hello everyone. Welcome back to this episode of The Changing Room. We're back with three new topics and our ideas on them. So let me go ahead. I'm up to bat to start, up to bat, and I'm wearing a Yankees hat.
I low-key think I am.
Really?
I don't know.
Okay, damn. Okay, well, I'll at least announce the first topic and then you can go. First up, Grace Wales Bonner being announced as the creative director for Hermes menswear. Purr. Yeah.
So I want to start off by saying that this is fucking huge, and I've not been this excited for a creative director appointment in a very long time for a myriad of reasons. I think having like a woman of color at Hermes who is such a classically like normal, like very they don't really try and like do some crazy shit. They're very, very classic. So having this appointment feels like such a step in the right direction for the entirety of the fashion community. And I love her and I love what she designed. I think that her menswear is going to be so chic and stunning.
Period. Let me go ahead and get my timer. Okay. Yeah, this is just like such an inspiring and exciting shift in like just like the current of, when of fashion right now. So first we got Grace Wills Bonner, creative director of a menswear house. That's not like something that's very streetwear heavy also. Something that I find is like when they bring people of color into these, fashion houses, we usually tend to get brought into brands that have that like streetwear edge to them. So, damn it. Okay, well, you'll hear from me in 30.
Honestly, that's such a great. I didn't even think about it from that lens, but like after you thought about it, I was thinking about like Pharrell LV and like how they kind of tried to take a more edgy approach with him, and like that's such a true statement. I honestly had literally never thought about that, and I think there's really something to be said for that. But I think she like designed some of like the chicest clothes, very like minimalist, but like well made, like incredible tailoring. And I think that's what Hermes needs. It's classic. Like you don't want them to like go so far off the cuff, but I think she'll do a really beautiful job at the house.
Yeah, like I think she'll definitely be able to upstand to the elegance, the tailoring, the standard that, an old guard brand like Hermes just is commonly known for and doesn't, like you said, doesn't really ever stray from that. But it just makes me so happy. Even like Rachel Scott being, the CD now of Pro and Schuler, another brand that's not very streetwear like heavy. It's very tailored, very clean, very elegant. So it's like we out here, like women stand up, women of color stand up. It's an exciting time.
Yeah, period.
Dang. And you know what? This like new little timer thing that I'm doing, like it's keeping me like on point.
Yeah, off the cuff.
Okay. Yeah, again, feel like we can go on and on about that, but we
It's a
can't.
good
Next.
thing.
Next topic is Skims. Like, when will we stop talking about this brand?
Really,
They never fail to give us content to talk
yeah.
about, which again, great marketing strategy, truly, honestly. But Skims and the release of I'm gonna say Coochie hair underwear.
She undies.
Coochie
Okay,
undies.
let me start my timer.
Mhm.
Oh, my first interaction with these Coochie undies, if you will, was that I saw them on my Instagram and I immediately thought or like saw a comparison to the old, like the Margiela Couture show from last season. So I was like, low key, is she like fucking taking their shit? But apparently she's not. I honestly am so here for it. Diamond and I were talking about this a little bit earlier, but like anything that pisses a man off, like I am so here for. And fashion is art, is subjective, and like if you can get people to talk, like all the power to you, and the people are talking. So
All right, period. Yeah, so the first time, or I saw this interview where she said that like a model like had like vagina hair basically and was like, oh, like do I need to get rid of it for the shoot? And like as a gag, they're like, oh, why don't we just make underwear like that have it? And so for me, like you said, fashion's art. So my feedback's gonna be similar to the same feedback I had on the Duran Atlantic JPG kind of show. Like it's like I don't have to like think personally love it. Like I'm not gonna go run and buy them, but I love creative expression. I love unique expression. So even if it's at the helm of freaking Skims, which you know how we feel about Skims, but you know, whatever. Skims X Gucci hair. We love it.
Literally. And another thing is like in a time where we see so much like women trying to make themselves look young and this like very like innocent like childlike thing, which is just beyond creepy, and like I hate that that's like even a thing. Having something that feels very like womanly and like mature be like produced on a mass scale, while it's not something I'm gonna go out and buy myself, it's like somewhat refreshing, and it's like okay, like yeah, we're all women, like we all grow fucking hair, like deal with it, and yeah, period.
Exactly. And like you said earlier, going back to like the pissing men thing off, like I love women being bold and making a statement. And it's like having like faux coochie underwear is arguably even more obnoxious than actually obnoxious with like common media than like actually having hair down there. Cause it's like that's like a natural thing where like, you know, creeper men could still be turned on by that. But it's like you pull like your pants down and like fake hair underwear, like you're just saying a statement and it has nothing to do with whether a man likes it or not. So that shit's hilarious to me. So go ahead, girl, with your coochie hair, faux or not, period. Okay, well, that's it for that topic. And
Yeah.
last topic. So, which seems to be like a running topic this episode, just like general themes of women empowerment that we're seeing in fashion this season. Anything that pops to your mind, anything you want to shout out, just let us know your thoughts.
So I think it's such an interesting concept how traditionally in fashion we have seen men designing for women. And there's that whole trope about how you can tell if a designer hates women based off of like how they design and the shoes, comfortability, and everything like that. And it's like, really, when you think about it, like, why do we have all these white men designing for us? So finally getting to see women step into these positions is very refreshing. Obviously, I would like for there to be more. But I think like as a woman that works in fashion, it's very easy to like be under a man and like get talked down to or like get ridiculed or whatever it may be. And I think as women, we all need to be more like women loving women, not like in a lesbian way, like in the like supporting support one another and uplift each other because like there's enough room for everyone. But also if you're lesbian, it's fine.
A little disclaimer
Yeah.
alert. I can't. But yeah, I think it's just refreshing overall, one as a woman, but then also as a woman of color, just across this seeing so many women being bold and expressive and really just getting to be in spaces that traditionally they've kind of been kept away from. Like we said, Grace Mills Bonners, Rachel Scott with at Proenza, even like Louise Trotter, her show for debut show for you know, Bottega, like that was monumental. Even though, you know, me personally, like I wasn't like it was like my favorite. It was probably one of the best reviewed ones I saw like all season. So I just really love to see women doing their thing and women creating for women. I went over on that one.
It's okay. You were doing so good before, so
Yeah,
we'll cut you some slack.
literally.
Another thing I just want to kind of bring some attention to is like traditionally, when you look at the trend cycles, a lot of times you do see trends originating from people of color in these communities. So, and then like some white man stealing it and profiting off of it. So having like people that understand the culture and like are really tapped into like the pulse of fashion kind of at the front of these houses, I think is like really great for these brands, really great for like fashion as a whole. And as a woman, I am here for it, and that's my time.
Period. Yeah, and I just think like across the board, like men dictating anything for women even fashion is just like a crazy concept for me. Like, not saying that men don't have their own, eye for what femininity can be or look like or how it should be presented, but for them to have like a whole old guard like industry where like it's just now women are starting to break through, specifically women of color, it's just like very crazy to me. But I'm happy to also be, around and in the community while we're getting to see it real time. So when it comes to women's fashion, women's bodies, women's coochie hair, let us do our thing, period. And that's it really.
That's the episode.
Literally. I was gonna say men leave us alone or but not leave us alone. It's
No,
like
but like, leave us alone,
yeah,
please.
don't
Unless
come for
Sunny
us if
or
we don't
my
come
dad.
for you. Period. Like oh, okay, well that's it.